Hey guys, Carlos here from Angler's Lifestyle. We're here at Sandy Wool Lake fishing for catfish. Now, fishing for catfish lately has been really tough for me. I'm not quite sure what it is, but we've tried different type of baits. You've got chicken liver, Vienna sausage, you've got chicken breast marinated in garlic powder with Jello, and none of that seemed to be working for us. Anyway, so today we're gonna try and use shrimp, and we're also gonna try and fish for carp. Now, carp will eat pack bait, okay, and they're like corn. All right, so we're going to go ahead and give this type of technique using method lead and pack bait. And I have a hair rig here, a pre-made hair rig, and a fake corn that's embedded in there too. What happens is it disperses, the pack bait, and the carp will come in and actually nibble that and eventually get caught in the hair rig. Now, catfish like to steal that as well, so hopefully we'll get a twofer. Anyway, so stay tuned. All right, we're gonna go ahead and use a pack bait on my $10 rod, okay, with a Mela 2000. The line is 8 pounds, okay. Hopefully we don't land a big carp. All right. All right. Right, we'll go get a bell. So somebody had asked me the other day, what exactly do I have in my tackle bag when I'm catfishing? So let me show you what I've got. I am still using my normal bag, my regular bag, and this one is from Okeechobee Fats. I'm sort of customized this tackle bag that I have. It's not very expensive. I got it from Walmart, and I pretty much tailored it for what I want it to do. All right, as you can see here, I've attached my Stanley multi-purpose tool, right? And it has a knife, it's got pliers, it's got all that. All right, so that's not part of the bag. I just attached it with a tie wrap, and I continued to carry my fish stringer. All right, although for catfish I tend to carry a cooler, and I put the catfish directly in the cooler after I catch them, because this stringer, this opening sometimes is not big enough, and the jaw of the catfish is pretty strong to open it up. So I keep that on using one of these clips on my bag. And then I also keep a clipper handy. I like this little holsters here, so you can put whatever you want. So if you had, for example, one of these forceps, you just hold it there, okay, easy access. And then when I'm done, I put it away. All right, since we have that open, what I have in the side pocket here, I have some of my Gamakatsu hooks. All right, I've got 7/0, 5/0, and I have a few more other selections here. I got the 3/0 as well. Okay, and then the sizes of the hooks, okay, you vary that based on the size of your bait, okay. So I have some of that. I have my license here. I've got my Tylenol just in case. I have some paper towel here, okay, and let's see, I do have some more of these number 10 hooks, because you never know when you're going to need the number 10 hook. I always keep that. And I have some of these spinner from Suburban Trout. Anyway, so anything that's sort of flat and in envelopes, I keep it on the side. I do carry rubber bands, okay. Always need rubber bands to string along my rods and reels when I put them away. But what's inside is for catfishing, okay. I have two pouches in this Okeechobee. You've got this pouch and then this pouch. This pouch is dedicated for catfishing for me, because all of my leaders for catfish is here, and I've got them color coded, okay. And I've got it marked as a 3/0, okay, 5/0, okay, and 7/0. And then the 7/0 itself, for example, I have an E on it, Okay, well, what that means is I pre-rigged, okay, the hook itself. It's a 7/0 hook with an egg loop. Okay, it has an egg loop. Not sure if you can see that, but what that does is you pull. Let me pull out one example here. But what that does is, you see there's this extra moving part here. Okay, so what that does is when you put your chicken liver here, okay, you can use this loop, okay, and essentially you just cinch it. So if my finger, okay, was chicken liver, all right, you just cinch it like that. Okay, so it keeps it in there for a bit. I don't need to use the fisherman's twine and so on, and you know, I can switch between leaders. So I generally use 3 type of sizes. Like I said, 3/0, okay, 5/0, and 7/0. I've got just a plain Jane 7/0 also. That's what I have on my shrimp. Okay, but again, it's color coded. Right now, the red one, okay, these are smaller circle hooks. Okay, I use worms in that. Okay, but these smaller hooks, sometimes they gut hook the catfish, and it's hard to get the hook out of them. But I do keep that just so if I had a smaller bait, like a smaller cut fish, okay, I need that type of hook. So what I also have here, I have my bells. Okay, again, this side is dedicated for catfish. Now you'll probably wonder, okay, well, what's on the other side? Well, it's the same thing, but what I do have there, okay, are leaders, okay, for trouting. Okay, you've seen me use these leaders. Okay, they're all different sizes as well, but they're the lighter type of leader. I use the Vanish fluorocarbon, 6 pounds and 4 pounds. Okay, I have that on this side, but essentially these are all pre-rigged leaders, and I still carry them because when I'm working with my telescopic pole here, I can just change it. Okay, I can just change the end of it as I hook it with worms, and number 10 hook is perfect for that. So this side, okay, has my trouting leader. Okay, and this pouch here is great because any, you know, of these type of used lures, okay, rubber lures, I just put it there if I want to reuse it. So what's inside of this bag? Okay, it's a combination of different things. Right now, first of all, it's lighter. It doesn't have any power bait. It has none of that stuff. Okay, what I do have is a container that organizes my strike indicators for trouting. Okay, I have, these type of weights, okay, that are for bass if I do a drop shot type of configuration. Okay, I use that. Okay, I do have all my snap swivels here. Okay, I have smaller sliding weights and different, larger 3/4, and these are all steel weights except for the little split shots. And the split shots are essentially these bullet kinds. Okay, these are multi-purpose for me, so I can weight some of my lines down. And of course, beads. I use these beads. These are, Walmart beads. And they're just craft beads. They're not the actual fishing beads, because I find those fishing beads brittle. Anyway, I keep some of these rattles for my catfishing. Okay, so essentially this container, okay, is a utilitarian. I use it for trouting. I use it for catfishing as well. Anything that I need in there. So what do I have here? Okay, is my carping box. Okay, and then I have my fake corn. Right, I've got method leads, different type shape method leads, or different sizes of method leads. Okay, and I also have in here my hair rig. These are pre-made hair rigs. Okay, For this is specific for carping. I have two sizes. I've got a number 4 and number 6. Generally, the hooks are good enough. And the hair rig is interesting. I wouldn't want to do that myself, but the pre-rig 6-pack. Okay, for these guys, essentially what I use. Now, the latest addition, since my wife likes to play around, cast and retrieve, I have acquired these, frog like baits, rubber baits, okay, from Yum. I got the frog. I also have some of these, looks like crawdads, okay, and then again, I also have this little crawdads of different color, right? So those are sort of latest addition. I do have the 25-pound leader. I can't put it in there. I don't want to keep it out as well, but essentially that's what I have. I still keep, this garlic and salt, spray, so I can recharge any of these baits that I would use, right? But that's what I have in there. I recently put the bobber in here because now if the bottom slider doesn't work, you can suspend your bait underneath, especially on a shallow type of water line, and catfish are coming up shallow nowadays. So I also added, these hooks, okay, and these are red, and they come in different sizes, all right. And these are the types that you can use for bait like this. Okay, you use that type of hook. Okay, so what happens is it also place the split shot here to help it sink a bit more. Okay, so as your bait is coming along like this, okay, and the fish sees it, okay, it'll come and sink its mouth in there, and what happens is this piece goes down. Okay, and as it bites onto that and you set it, that hook will set into the mouth of the fish. Okay, so the fish's mouth is strong enough to actually bite onto this as it's swimming along, and you feel the tug, you set it, okay, and so this point actually goes into the fish's mouth. Okay, so again, it's one of those type that you cast and you retrieve type. Again, you can vary the size of the split shot depending on how fast you want it to drop in the column. But that's the application. That you can also put a worm in this. Okay, you can put your fake crawdad and so on and so forth. Oh, so that's where my other hooks are. These are the Hayabusa circle light hooks. They're size 2. That's the one that I was using for worms also, that I can suspend beneath the bobber. That tends to gut hook the catfish, so I seldom use that. Must have my Capri Sun, and I also have some gloves in there. Okay, good to have gloves. I do carry some plastic bags in here. Okay, but the plastic bags, is for catfish. So when I put the catfish in the cooler, I don't necessarily have to clean the cooler after. That's pretty much what's in my tackle bag when I go catfishing. And I'll show you what I have as far as rod and reel next. Stay tuned. Here's my shrimp, okay, on a 7/0 hook. Got your slider weight here. Okay, again, similar configuration. You got the Pinnacle 6-foot rod here, cheap rod, and I paired it with Mela 2000. That's a casking. Okay, this is a fluorocoat line. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cast it. See how that goes. Okay, make sure that you have enough tension in the line. Make sure that you get a bend on your rod like that. Make sure that the line is tight, so that when the fish picks up that bait, it'll go ahead and auto set using the circle hook. Make sure that you have enough line tension. So the other question that was asked of me was, how do I carry my rod and reels, and also what type of rod and reels do I carry? Right now it's catfish season, so let me show you how I do it. So I use this case, okay? I bought it from Amazon, okay, that has a side pouch right there. In the side pouch, I carry my collapsible net, okay? That's an expandable, collapsible net. It fits nicely on the side, okay? And this bag itself has 2 pouches, okay? And I've put as much as 6 rod and reels in this pouch. So what I have here are 2 Shakespeare GX2 9-foot rods, okay? It's 2-piece, and it has a Sharky bait feeder 4000, okay? And these are fairly sized. You know, the line is 12 pounds, okay? And again, it's a 2-piece rod. I have 2 of those, okay? There's 2 of them fit on one side, okay? And then in this other pouch here, I do have my Okuma rocks. Again, it's a 2-piece rod and reel, and this is a size 30. It's an ABF 30B, and again, it's 2-piece rod and reel here, and it's the line is 10 pounds. All right, I use it for both trouting and for catfish. The catfish around here is not really all that big, so the line weight that I have on my rod and reel is more than enough. Okay, I do carry extra rod holders, okay, that just sits on the bottom. Makes you know, this carrier a little bit heavier, but you know, again, it's great to have that. I use these straps, okay, that ties around my rod and reel so they don't move around when I carry them, okay. And you've already seen my pinnacles that I'm currently using this morning, and those are out and about. I have 2 of those that I'm carrying with, again, with Mela 2000. And then lastly is I carry my telescopic poles, okay. I use this rod, okay, minders, okay, and I have 2 of these. All right, and I essentially just put it in this rod minders. I'm sure you've seen these, and it's great. They're almost like they're collapsible noodles. Okay, they grow big and they grow small. Okay, it tightens on 2, so I have 2. It organizes them very well. So anyway, so that's what I have, and I never understood before my children, my boys, bowl recreationally, and they have multiple bowling balls, and I realized that, you know, that you need to have specific type of rod and reels, just like my boys have specific bowling balls for specific conditions, okay, and then similarly applications and rig. So, you know, not to say that you need to go out there and actually buy all this gear, but you know, you acquire it after a while. You know, you don't need to buy expensive equipment either. None of my equipment is $100 as far as the cost goes. You know, at the most I've probably paid maybe $30. Again, my Pinnacle rod and reel, I got it on sale at Dick's Sporting Goods for, you know, 15 bucks, and it comes with a reel already, and I don't think it was pre-spooled, but anyway, I got rid of the reel immediately because I wanted to use my Mela 2000s that are better reels. Usually that's what you need anyway, better reels and better lines, okay. And the lines would be nicer obviously if you have these spools, okay, spare spools, but you know, none of the manufacturers actually provide spare pools. I know Casking does. That's why I love buying Casking reels. So kudos to those guys. Anyway, stay tuned, and so far my shrimp or my method lead hasn't been touched by either carp or catfish. So I don't know, maybe it's a skunking kind of day. Stay tuned. The rig that I converted to, okay, I still have my shrimp and the leader, and I put a rattle in there. You got your snap swivel, and then you've got your bead, you got a rattle, got a split shot, and then I've got a bobber, a big old bobber. So what happens is it's suspended, and when it's floating in the water out there, it's making sound. So hopefully the catfish will find this shrimp. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see the wind is blowing this way. I'm gonna let it float, let it go that direction towards the dam. So to cast that, just that way. That's where they're gonna hit. Just walk it. Okay guys, looks like the condition here at Sandy Wool has changed. It has become windy. It's now middle of the day. I don't think we have any chance of catching any fish. We didn't get a hit whatsoever on the pack bait or the shrimp that's either bottom rigged or suspended underneath the bobber. But before I sign off, wanted to show you a footage of my daughter actually pulling in a catfish at quarry at night. Lillian, come here. Set it. No. Wait. Lillian, come here. Come here. Yep, come here. Start reeling it in.
Is that it?
Is that it?
I think so.
Start reeling it in.
I am.
Come here, Lil.
I'm coming. Can I reel it in?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Hold it next to my leg.
Just keep it tight. Give me the net. Just keep on reeling it in. Got it, Janet? Just keep on reeling it in, though. Tommy, come here. Turn on your light too.
What have we done?
Turn on your light also, Tommy.
Yeah? Wait, no. What have we done?
Turn on your light.
It's on. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's snagged in with this.
Tell me real fast.
What have we
I got it.
Over here. Over here. It's all right. Just keep it over here. Go
Where?
under.
Hold it tight. I keep touching on the rod.
Snagged.
I think it pulled it.
Is it not on?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it snapped. It snapped right here.
Oh.
Are you serious?
It went right under.
You went
Oh.
under the dock?
Yeah. I felt him pop it off.
Hey, but you got your first experience. Anyway, that was the first time that my daughter actually had an opportunity to pull in a fish, and that the fish started to swim towards her, and then it eventually went underneath the pier and cut the line. But that happens. So hopefully you enjoy that. As always, come fish with us sometime. See ya.